Two fold-up chairs right here, baby. And you sit right here for me. Yeah, so for mommy, yeah. Cause see. Oh, you think? Oh, just no. Unfold it right there.
I will see you guys next Monday at 6:30 p.m. back here on Face of Reality Radio on the Instagram and on the Facebook. And until then, the police
is in tears as she's charged with mowing down a police officer while driving drunk.
I'm sorry.
Good morning, people out there. Black Pill Red here. Thank everybody for joining me. I have another episode of Cuffed and Uncuffed. Okay? As you can see, I led the intro to the show with something a little bit different. Before I get into all of that, I want to thank everybody for joining. Thank Miss Amina. Without her, I wouldn't have actually started my show. So, you know, I got to give some shout outs to the people who put me on the map. So, especially her. We have some people out there that I follow, but one day I'm gonna do a show about all the shows that I follow, just to give them credit and stuff like that, because I believe in giving everyone credit where credit is due. Anyway it go, we have a young lady here. She's 32, who said F the police and downed tequila shots and drinking wine doing a podcast hours before she killed a cop in a hit and run, boasting about carrying a knife and being at the being a pro capital punishment. She now faces 13 charges and 15 years in jail. All right, this is the same person here that you saw at the very beginning of this video. All right, but I'm gonna go ahead and play the rest of this.
What are you sorry for?
I'm sorry that I hit him and he's dead.
Now look at this. It's the same woman just hours earlier as she live streams a podcast in which she appears to be drinking shots and washes it down with Snapple. She ends the podcast this way.
The police.
Where were you coming from?
I was coming from the studio. I did a podcast.
The dead officer Anastasio Sakos was directing traffic at an accident scene on the Long Island Expressway when Jessica Beauvais allegedly plowed into him at around 2 a.m.
Cops say the woman with her front windshield shattered fled the scene, sending other cops diving out of her way. When they chased her down, they say she threw her car into reverse and rammed a police car before they could take her into custody.
The 32-year-old suspect allegedly told cops she smoked marijuana before she got into her car. 43-year-old Sakos leaves a wife and 2 children.
What do you want to say to the officer's family?
All right. Sources told the New York Daily News that she was almost double the legal limit of alcohol in driving, which is which she registered a .15 in the breathalyzer test. Slurred her speech and everything like that. She alleged filmed at the arresting officers telling them, "F you, I don't have to listen to you." Miss Beauvais, who says that she has a 13-year-old son, offered later a tearful apology for I believe that's pronounced Sakos, the officer that she hit. And yeah, that's right. I didn't get into that. Yeah. When she was pulled over, well, she didn't get pulled over. She actually ran into light pole. But before she did that, she hit an officer, killing him. And she now faces 13 charges. Manslaughter, second degree, aggravated manslaughter, second degree, vehicular manslaughter, second degree, leaving the scene of an accident without reporting a death. And she faces 15 years of prison if convicted. So really, she can actually throw out a couple of these and still serve time on just one of them. She'll probably plead guilty to, I'm going to say, looking at this, she'll plead guilty to involuntary manslaughter, and they'll drop all the rest of the charges. And this is just off the top of my head, looking at this, coming from the police department and what a lot of convictions are. But here's something that I want to bring to everyone's attention. The fact that no one is actually talking about this. Look, in a rambling post, she told social media followers that she likes guns because they're pretty, and ranted about being pro capital punishment, while she's saying potential death is just a part of the job of the cops. Now, in a way, she sounded like she was supporting cops, but yet and still, let me get over here, see if I can blow it up a little bit. Throughout the video, Beauvais is seen vaping and drinking an unknown dark liquor from a plastic cup. And at one point, she washes down the content with a red shot glass and a bottle of Snapple. Police sources claims that she later confessed to guzzling vodka, wine, and smoking weed before the deadly accident. Hours later, Beauvais, alleged, got behind the wheel of a Volkswagen and plowed into New York Highway Police Officer Anastasios Sakos. He was 43 years old, and Long Island. Look, and without even, I know you heard the video, but it seemed like every officer that is killed in the line of duty has 2 kids. And it's crazy how that worked, right? But Sakos was redirecting traffic off the separate redirecting traffic following a separate fatal car accident in Queens. Sakos, 43, married, father to a 3-year-old son and a 6-year-old daughter, was rushed to a nearby hospital where he was pronounced dead. Beauvais, who, let me move this real quick. Beauvais, who was alleged intoxicated and driving with a suspended license at the time, allegedly sped away from the scene with a completely shattered windshield before being stopped by police. Now, look, this is a bunch of wrong right here. First, she's riding with a suspended driver's license, and then she flees the scene before she's stopped by police, but she flees the scene of the accident. Now, that was a bunch of wrong in there. Fleeing the scene of an accident, riding with no driver's license, with driver's license suspended. I wonder what it would have suspended for. Could it possibly be DWI? I don't know. I don't want to talk bad about her because, like I said, I'm not sitting up here and saying that I'm an angel. And I don't wish anything bad on anyone. But be careful out there, especially what you say or what you do. But this is the one thing I want to bring up about this article. Now, this article has been out for a few days, and the media the local media in that area covered it, but they didn't cover it anywhere else. Why? It was a black female driving, and she struck a white officer. They didn't want that out there because of the sympathy that would get drawn towards her. But at the same time, it would look good it would not look good for the momentum of everything that's going on right now. They are using the plight of a police officer to achieve a certain goal. And it's not fair to police officers when you do that. And they're already putting their lives on the line. Like the shooting that happened to the young lady, the 16-year-old. That officer had milliseconds to make a decision to save the life of the young lady that was about to get stabbed. And yet they're vilifying this officer for shooting her, regardless if she was a suspect or not. And then they tell us she should have shot a leg. He should have shot in the leg, arm, stuff like that. No, it can't be done. That can't be done in a live scene. You saw how quick that happened. It'll take you double that time that it took him to respond to the shoot, him shooting her. It would have taken him double the time just to try to line up his gun to shoot her in the arm or shoot the gun, the knife out of her hand, which you would have missed and hit the young lady in the pink, or try to shoot her in her leg, which she still can stab the other young lady with the weapon in her hand. No, you have to defuse the situation. Take out the aggressor, especially if someone with a knife. Put yourself in the officer's situation and put yourself in the situation of the young lady that was in the pink. You would want that officer to save your life. If it means neutralizing the young lady with the weapon. And it's not fair to that officer when people do that. It's not fair at all. Especially when you want police officers to put themselves on the line for you, to dive in front of that bullet for you, just like they would do any politician or anything like that. But see, that's what all police officers do. Police officers are trained to run into gunfire to neutralize the threat. But I challenge anyone, if they still have them, the shoot don't shoot courses and everything like that, I recommend everyone taking it. I recommend it. But anyway, we need to go ahead and pass judgment on this. So what say you, all of you fans out there, should we cuff or uncuff her? Well, I think it's just straight up obvious that she needs to be. All right, people, that's it for this one. I got a couple of other videos I'm going to do later on today. So if you can, like, subscribe, share, and until the next video, can't have one without the other. Peace.